Have you ever reached status quo with your business, or possibly it isn't growing as quickly as you'd like? That's what we will be talking about in today's episode. I am MJ Callaway. I am your source for results. And today I will share 3 mistakes I have made over the last few years that has kept me stuck, or at least not moving as quickly as I would like my business to move forward. Sharing these today because I have found whenever I am on site training, people love hearing the mistakes I made, whether it is sales training or whether it is talking about business growth. People love to hear others' mistakes. And I get it, because sometimes it's because we can resonate with the person. Other times it's because we want to avoid that mistake at all cost. So these are only 3 of the mistakes that we'll be sharing over the next couple of episodes. So mistake number 1, and this is dividing your time between too many projects. And here's a great analogy that you can use whenever you start to go off track and you start a project, stop it, start another, or you keep going back and forth between projects. Think about the last time you have been at an amusement park, and you probably have seen or possibly played it, especially if you have kids, because kids love this game. So it's one of the games where there's stools in front and you're sitting in front of a squirt gun that you have to hold steady so that the water shoots into one of those tiny little holes. And every time the water is hitting the target in that tiny hole, your animal or your racer or your horse, whatever it happens to be, will inch its way up every time you hit that target. Now imagine, instead of having 1 squirt gun, you have 3 squirt guns that you are trying to shoot the water into that tiny little hole. That's what we're doing every time we divide our time between several projects. And you probably have heard all of the research about when we are interrupted, it takes us at least 20 minutes to get back to the project. Well, it takes us longer whenever we divide it among different projects, especially if we have a couple of days space in between. If we have 2 days space in between a project, it will take us at least an hour or 2 before we get back into the groove of that project. So mistake number 1, dividing our time between too many projects during the same time frame. Mistake number 2. Mistake number 2 is waiting too long to give my website a makeover. Every time my admin, who I dearly love, Amy, every time Amy would have a glitch with the website, she'd say, MJ, we really do need to get this website figured out and get a makeover done. And because the thought of a website makeover is huge, I continued to put it on the back burner. Well, I waited way longer than I needed to. Have you? Because this is what has happened to me. So during the past 7 or 8 years, I have transitioned my business several times, especially as I traveled on. As most of you know, I had spent 4 of the last 5 years dealing with 2 cancer prognoses. So dealing with that, my business has changed. I created a brand new brand during that time called Bounce Up. And instead of giving my website a makeover, I kept piecing it together. That isn't something we want to do. So look at your website. Do you need to give it a complete makeover? Can you continue piecing it together? Or does it need that complete makeover? Luckily, and in an upcoming episode, we will be talking to two website designers who are experts at marketing and websites. So we will be able to get some tips from them, and also we'll be able to hear some of the mistakes they say not to do, some of the things to avoid. So, and once we have a recording, I will go back and put that in the description. And while I'm talking about the description, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and hit that bell for that notification. Hit all so that you can be notified of future episodes. And then the third mistake to avoid is looking at our client list. Are we retaining clients longer than it serves us, or it serves the client's progress? This has happened to me when I absolutely love the client and I love working with the client. However, we're not where we started. Well, which is good because we don't want to be where we started. But however, our vision for working together has gotten off track. The same way I talked about projects have gotten off track. So we've gotten off track of where we're supposed to, how we're supposed to work, and where we're supposed to go in the destination. So sometimes it is time to say goodbye to a client, close that door. And when we close that door, what happens is we open a door to more opportunities for clients that serve our business better. And also, it gives the client an opportunity to find a new consultant or coach or mentor that will serve that client better. So those are three mistakes for today. Three mistakes for today. One, watch dividing your time among several projects. Two, have you waited too long to give your website a makeover? And three, is it time to say goodbye to a client so that you can open the door for more opportunities? Stay tuned because we will have three more mistakes for business mistakes to avoid so that you can grow your business, so that you can create revenue that will serve your business well, and you can get unstuck and move the needle forward. This is MJ Callaway with your source for results. And remember to make it a bounce up day.